Stay tuned for my top 12 Transformers of 2022. Rodimusbill here, and Happy New Year 2023. This is going to be my top 12 of 2022. I couldn't keep it down to 10, so I've got 12, and I've got a couple of honorable mentions. First, we're going to do the honorable mentions. First honorable mention, in no certain order, the Studio Series 8611 Perceptor. I've always liked the classic 86 figures, and this guy does have a few problems. One, there's no door in the back, but other than that, Perceptor was pretty good, so he's the honorable mention. My second honorable mention, we've got Core Class Iguanus. Now, it's weird, they got some Pretenders in Core Class and some Pretenders in Deluxe Class. And this guy came with a gimmick. If you get Skywarp and Hot Rod, they each came with a part of a weapon, and you combine it to be a big weapon, but then no one else ever did it. So, and I thought this guy was pretty cool. He didn't make it into the top 12, but he's an honorable mention. Next up, we've got Legacy Deluxe Skullgrin. Again, now this is a Deluxe Pretender, not a Core Class one. And he's pretty good in robot mode, but the tank mode is really weird looking. It doesn't even look like a tank. A few minor things like treads in the front, I think this guy would have been a lot better improved. But a Skullgrin Legacy Deluxe Pretender figure. And now we do some Fembots. This is Elita 1. Legacy Deluxe Elita 1. And a much better mold than the RC mold. And if they start redoing this mold as all the other Fembots, I think I'll be happy. She couldn't quite crack the top 12, but she's an honorable mention. Now we have Studio Series Bumblebee RC number 85. And I like this RC. I mean, she's another motorcycle, like she was in some of the cartoons. But again, the Bumblebee movie, we never saw them transform. So this is her in her robot mode. And the designers had basically free reign to make it, and they made her a motorcycle. So she's an honorable mention. And our last honorable mention was in my top 12, but the last minute he got kicked out. Legacy Deluxe Drag Strip. I think he's one of the better Stunticons we have. And the only thing is, these weren't really quite accurate. Maybe if they had the front of the car fold over the back. But he's pretty cool. Lack of decals or paint, but he's just like the cartoon figure. And like I said, he originally made the list, but the last minute he got kicked out. Okay, and that is my honorable mentions. Now to the top 12. And number 12 on the list is Legacy Leader Optimus Prime Laser. This guy is pretty cool. They redid the legs of the Earthrise, which is actually a kickback, because really, the only thing I don't like about this figure is the legs again. They didn't do nothing with the legs. It's just, you fold these up and the legs are done. I think they could have done more in that, but other than that, you've got the missiles, you've got all this thing. It does look like the Laser Optimus Prime from G2, and they even did the little things like put the laser in the back, and I love how his oil tanker forms a base, and he comes with a sword and a shield. And with that, nothing else to say, so that's Laser Optimus Prime 2 and number 12. And number 11 on the list is another Legacy figure. This is Tarantulas Deluxe Tarantulas. Now, when he first came out, he looked just like Black Arachnia, which was a very hard mold, but they improved that mold, and this guy is so much easier. He's so much better. I think they did a good job with the legs, the shell on the back, the way they do the head. Very similar weapons to Black Arachnia 2. But they took that figure and they improved it 100%. And there's not much else to say, so I don't know why he's in Legacy mode, because he is a Beast mode. But that is number 11 as Legacy Deluxe Tarantula. Now, number 10, I considered him last year because I went by my videos when I did him. This is the War for Cybertron Golden Disc Collection Deluxe Terrorsaur. Now I know they came out with another one in the Buzzworthy collection, but this guy I love. It's the Airazor mold, but they improved on it to make him look like a pterodactyl. And this guy is just, I love the Airazor mold, now I love this one. Just the way they've got the dinosaur head on the back, the wings, the two weapons. I love the two gauntlets, the feet. I mean, they just took a ready good figure in Airazor and just made him that much better. And of course, this guy came with the golden discs because he was part of the War for Cybertron golden disc collection. He may not be in everybody's 2022, but I got him in 22 and did the review, so he's in my 22. And that is number 10 in my collection. Hey, number 9 is another figure. This is the Studio Series 86-17 Voyager Ironhide. Now he's very similar to Hot Rod. He is the size of a deluxe, but I guess with the complexity, they moved them up to a Voyager figure. And it is so much better than the Siege Ironhide or the Earthrise Ironhide. They took some of the engineering from that figure and they made him that much bigger. This guy is bulkier, the colors are more solid. The actual van front is the front, you see the back. I mean, this guy's parts count and complexity bumped this guy up to a Voyager. But you know what? This guy is pretty cool. And he made the top 9. So this is number 9, Studio Series 86-17 Voyager Ironhide. And number 8 on the list is a Walmart exclusive. It is the Legacy Velocitron Deluxe Cosmos. Boy, and if they make the other mini bots like Power Glide and Sea Spray into this size deluxe, I'll be one happy 80s kid. Let's see. Very complex, but not too complex. The articulation's pretty good. I think they nailed the aesthetics. You've got the head, the top of the saucer, you got the feet of the saucer. His weapon's not too bad. It's a gun or a flag because he's supposed to be in the Velocitron, which is a planet of speedster transformers. Walmart had the exclusive from the IDW comics, but not too much back kib on this guy. Face, they nailed it. The whole aspect, they nailed him. He is a little chubby bot. And the UFO mold, they nailed it. So he makes the number 8 on our top 12 list. And number 7 on the list is Studio Series 90 Voyager Galvatron from Age of Extinction. A major upgrade from the original Age of Extinction figure. That one was just basically the top of the truck compacted on the bottom. I mean, does this figure have flaws? Well, yeah. I mean, the arm looks pretty weird in that position. But he does, he never transformed in the movie. Like, he just reappeared and he just broke apart into particles and reformed. So there really was no blueprint for this guy. But I think they did a very good job. Yeah, the gun could have been bigger. But I think in both robot mode and car mode, this guy looks pretty good. Except the back of the truck. You got his big feet sticking out, which I'm sure they could have done something with him. But if they would have done that a little better in truck mode, he would have moved up the list. But I'm just glad they finally remade Galvatron into a decent figure. And he made number 7, Studio Series 90 Voyager Galvatron. And number 6 on the list, I compared this guy to the Cyclonus. This is Voyager Legacy Jhiaxus. If Cyclonus figure was the perfect Voyager, this would be the next step down. I mean, this guy is just, I mean, for a comic book only character that rarely transformed, they nailed it. I mean, just the way this guy is articulated. You've got the wings. You've got these little bat wings. He's not hollow. His legs aren't hollow. His arms aren't hollow. I mean, there's nothing hollow about this guy. He's got the good weight. He's got good transformation. He comes with this gun, and you can take this off. Or actually, it's right there. So he's got the parts. He's got the transformation. And overall, I mean, what's cool not to like all those silver cables in his legs and his bat wings for the heels? Nothing, no flaw to this guy. He's even got the little Maximal symbol, or Predacon symbol, I guess it is, whatever that is. It was from G2. So, for number 6 is Legacy Voyager Jhiaxus figure. And number 5 is the Studio Series 8615 Leader Dinobot Sludge. Sludge was the only Dinobot I had with a kid. And this guy's special. He's got a special place in my heart. And this guy would have been my top maybe 3, if not for the QC issues, the very loose legs. And when he's a dinosaur, he's got that big space missing where his belly is. But, I mean, a completely new transformation. We've never had a Sludge where his front legs fold up into the back, because normally the front legs are his arms. I mean, and this guy is just... They nailed the G1 aesthetic perfectly, the way his wings go. Even in the original one, you could open up this little cockpit, so they put the cockpit in, but you can't open it up. He's got the size, he's got the transformation. Dinobot mode is where this guy is really hurting, like I said, about that big space in the stomach. Now, there are upgrade kits for the feet, which fills in that gap, and it's pretty good. But so far, these Dinobots have been great. I can't wait for Snarl and Swoop. And that is why Leader Class Sludge makes number 5 on the list. And number 4 for our list is the Legacy Commander Class Motormaster. Boy, we've waited for a G1 accurate Menasor in the main line. And Hasbro just about nailed it. Not quite. When I do my Menasor review, you'll see the discrepancies. But this guy, I mean, the way they've got the little feet fold up, so the CAD looks like his little feet. He's got the square head. He's got the chest. I mean, the proportions are pretty good. And at first, I didn't like the knees, but the knees are pretty cool. And I love what they did to the back. The back of the truck forms the skeletal Menasor, and they even throw a battle station in. And the only problem with this is the sword. It's too big for Motormaster, but too small for Menasor. Yeah. And but they nailed it. So we finally have a true mainline Stunticon Menasor coming out. And as for Motormaster, I think he's the best of the bunch. And they about nailed him. So he takes the number 4 slot in the countdown. And number 3 on my list is another Commander class. Now this I put on here because this is Shattered Glass Commander Class Jetfire. I missed out on the original Jetfire and I refused to pay $200-300 for him. But when this guy came out for only 89 bucks, I grabbed him first day he came available. And boy, I am glad I did. Would I like the white one? Yes. But this Shattered Glass Jetfire is just, I mean, they really did a good job with the command. This is the true Commander class. It's got the weight. It's got the height. Yeah, and stuff like Motormaster and Rodimus, you got the trailers and all. But this guy was the original, and he's the first true Commander class, and he lives up to that name. The weapons, I mean, this guy comes with like 6-7 weapons. He comes with a mask. I mean, the transformation is just true toy accurate. It's got the little handles where you can have the Autobots hang from him. And I know he's a shattered glass figure. He's supposed to be bad. But I'm glad I got one Jetfire. And then, of course, after I get him, they're now reissuing the white Jetfire. But I'm glad I got the shattered glass Jetfire. And this guy is... I love him. I'm glad I made him my collection. And he's a second Commander class to make this countdown. So he's number 3 on my list this year. And number 2 on my list is one I've been waiting for. We've got Kingdom/Legacy Blaster and Eject. Now, I say it's Kingdom/Legacy because the see-through blue plastic is a Legacy gimmick. But this guy came out early in the Kingdom line, so that's why I call it Kingdom/Legacy. And he is, I mean, just great. Figure accurate, I mean, look toy accurate. This guy belongs in the Studio Series 86 line. like Galvatron and like a few other, like Cyclonus. But he was in the Kingdom line. I mean, and his transformation is so different. How many times can you transform a figure into a boombox? Yet with the way the hands go up, they actually made an actually new transformation, new engineering. I mean, just like the little things, like you can flip out the speakers and the legs. You can push this down to do eject, and his finger. This one finger, this one hand even has his finger up, so you can actually move his hand in and make him self-eject, make him eject. That does sound funny. But, I mean, the other blaster I had was the, Titans Return blaster, or Combiner Wars blaster, but he was big. But we have a true blaster, and eject, again, another completely different mold. How you fold the legs down and stuff. They keep finding new molds for these figures. Just like the new Rumble, another completely different mold. How many times can you transform a cassette into a robot? But they did it here. So number 2 for the year is Kingdom Legacy Blaster and Eject. And now for the number 1 of my year. And for the second year in a row, a Hot Rod or a Rodimus Prime figure has made number 1 on my list. And this is the Studio Series 93 Hot Rod from the last night. And it is a completely different figure from that monstrosity Walmart exclusive we got back then. I mean, this guy nails it. I mean, you want to be movie accurate, this guy's movie accurate. The articulation, I mean, the gun, this guy is just, I mean, look at that orange, look at that black, look at that face. This guy is just amazing. And I got him at Amazon. And of course, as soon as I got him for 25 bucks, he went on sale for $20 for like the next month. But that's okay, this guy was worth it. I still haven't seen him in stores. A few of these I still haven't seen the stores yet. I had to go to Amazon and get these, but I tried to get them at Target first. But this, now back to Deluxe Studio Series Hot Rod from the last night. I mean, this guy is just amazing. And again, second year in a row, a Hot Rod made number 1 on the list. And I'm glad you guys made it down from my top 12 of 2022. And while I'm here, I want to look at my tree. We've got the Optimus Prime, we got Grimlock, we got Jazz, we got Soundwave, we got our Christmas tree up. After this, I'm going to take it down. And I hope you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for my channel. And if there's links to buy any of these guys down below from Amazon or Big Bad Toys or something, feel free to do that. And I think 2023 is going to be a good year for collecting. I hear a lot of the new Legacy figures are coming out. A lot of the, we get the complete Menasor in 2023. What else? We get another Dinobot Snarl this year. Breakdown comes out. So it's going to be a very good year for collecting. And like, subscribe, and Rodimusbill saying, till all are one, till all are one. Hit that subscribe button now. See you.